Hey, welcome to the Roe Jogan podcast. I am Jackson and I am one of the commentators.
I am Kendall, and I'm also one of the commentators.
I'm Jocelyn. I'm in the audience.
I'm Kaylin, and I'm also in the audience.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
Today we are
All right.
talking
Okay.
about obsession and the backrooms. I know we're a little late to this, but it's still relevant. They're still both great movies.
hmm
Um, what's first on the
So the first thing we have is obsession,
session? Okay,
Yep.
and for the
first question.
questions is Bear a bad guy? All
Okay.
right. Would you want to start on that, or should I?
I'll get into it first.
Okay.
I personally think, okay, if I was in Bear's shoes, okay, you know, and I had the one wish Willow, and I really like Nikki, and I made the same wish she did, right? Realistically, would your average person think that it would lead up to that? That you'd get a whole lot of crazy?
Um, I don't think they would be expecting that, but I think that they would just think, "Oh, this girl's gonna be like in love with me," but like not obsessed. You know?
Exactly. I
hmm
think I don't think Bear is a saint, okay? I don't think he's a good person. I think he's selfish. I think he's an idiot, okay?
hmm
I don't
Yep.
think Bear is pure evil. I don't think he had malice in that, okay? I feel like Bear didn't mean for that to happen, okay? I mean, it's
Yeah. I
unfortunate that it
agree.
did happen. I don't
Yeah.
Achoo.
Yeah, I don't think he thought that would happen either.
Oh, bless me. Um,
Yeah, bless you.
you know, I think that people are treating him like he is some kind of super villain. I don't think he is. I think he's just a stupid guy who was really lonely and desperate. And who would have even thought that a stick in a box would have worked? You know?
Right.
Me personally, I think that he is a loner. Okay, I think that's pretty obvious in the movie.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that he kind of is a bad guy because the night that he did it with Nikki, she was
Mhm.
already like acting super weird. Okay, we all knew that she was drinking. They were at a bar before it, and you should never do that when someone's drinking.
hmm
And if she's already, like, super, like, depressed about her dad, like she told him, okay, then I just don't think that he should be doing all that, you know? But I don't think he had, like, evil intentions when he made the wish, like, he just wanted this girl to, like him, you know? Like, through
Yeah,
his dreams and just, like, home, like, prom.
I don't I don't think Bear is a good guy at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a super villain. You know,
I don't think he's a super villain, but I don't think he's a good
people
guy.
people on TikTok are saying he's worse than like the Joker, which just isn't true. You know, there's more
No,
evil
that's not
people.
true.
I think Bear is an extremely lonely guy who also made the situation a lot worse because I feel like whenever she's cooking the cat, something's clearly up.
Yeah, or duct taping the entire door or watching him sleep, sending Polaroids of him sleeping.
And especially when
There's
she
just
stayed there and waited like after a shift, that was really disturbing because I think it was like shit and throw up and a
vomit
whole lot
from
of
not
stuff.
eating.
I mean, and she was
Like,
standing there all day waiting on him, which is really weird.
and can we talk about the outbreaks of the real Nikki? Like, if she's obviously doing that and talking while the fake Nikki is sleeping, then asking her to kill her,
Shoot.
I feel like you already know there's something really, really wrong. Like,
Bless you.
hmm
that's just not good.
I completely agree. I think he's wrong for that. I think he's completely wrong. When she's saying, kill me, something is very wrong.
I
And
feel like he should have killed himself a long while before he actually took those pills.
Yeah.
um, especially like on the phone call, remember when he made the phone call and Nikki was just screaming on the phone.
Yeah,
Remember, because the
yeah.
phone guy, he was like, "You want to talk to her?" And then
Yeah, and
she's,
even the first night when he's like, "Nikki, you're not acting like this. I've never seen you act like this before." That's your first sign that something's wrong. Like, what?
mm, um, shoot. Oh man, that dog
And
hair.
I do you have any more input on that? And I would like to move on to the next
Um,
question after.
yeah, we can move on to the next question.
Conclusion of that, I think he's a bad guy. Okay. So the next question I want to put, do we think Ian is a bad friend for not telling Bear that he had no chance with Nikki because they have been hooking up?
Um, you know, I don't think he's a bad friend. I mean,
Yeah.
it's weird because he was trying to help him at the start, like to
Mhm.
confess to Nikki.
Yeah, and I think that's
And
like what a good friend would do. I don't think he's a bad friend either. I just think that was a bad move on not telling him sooner because Sarah did it instead. But I think Ian should have told him that at least.
in a way, maybe he was trying to like
Like give
stop
her up.
Bear from, yeah, but
Uh-huh.
I feel like he's not a good friend either. I
Yeah.
don't think he's a bad friend, but I
Mhm.
don't think he's a good friend because remember when Bear pulled up just covered in like blood and stuff, from Sarah, he's like, "I need you to make this wish, please, please."
Yeah. That that would have
I
pissed me
mean,
off.
I wish for $1
Like
billion.
you're my friend. I trust you, and then you do some bullshit like this. Come on, that's not right. Mm-mm.
Not,
Okay,
mm-mm.
so should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, we can go on to the next one.
Okay, can you reset a wish with another wish? Like cancel out a wish with a different wish?
The person at the store said that you could, or maybe you could. We never figured out, right? Because
Yeah,
Ian never
yeah,
he never made that
because
wish.
hmm
Personally, do you think it'd work?
I think it would work because Nikki, she was under a wish, okay? And she wished for Bear to feel the same way that she does about him. So there's already that somebody under a wish can make a wish. So I don't see why another wish could cancel out a different wish, you know?
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm having some technical difficulties. Um, it appears my phone might be dying. Um,
Do you see a charger?
oh man, boy, do I see a charger. I might have to turn off my camera. To be honest with you. That's okay. We'll cut this part out, okay? Um,
We're gonna wait for
Okay,
you to charge your phone.
one. Okay, next topic. What do you think Nikki would wish for if she had the Wonder Swallow like originally planned?
mm, you know, maybe she had wished for a better relationship with her father. Maybe.
I think that is a really good wish. Honestly, I think that she would wish her book would take off. The book she was writing, because she wanted to be a writer, remember?
Oh, that's true. That is true. She'd probably
Mhm.
wish for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that concludes that topic.
Yeah.
So, next question. Where was Nikki while she was possessed by the second Nikki, as we'll call it?
Man, I don't even know.
Like, was she in like purgatory type thing, or
Maybe
because
she was in hell, you know. some
Maybe
kind of
because she was
help.
screaming on the phone.
I mean, she was screaming and
But
stuff. Like,
but you gotta think she was talking. She was, like, communicating. She was coming back. She was, like, taking over her body again, you know? So, like, was she just, like, in, like, the back of her head?
I have no idea. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Was it,
But
like,
how?
her soul was still there? Like, was she, like, hovering over, like, her consciousness?
Yeah, maybe she was just watching it. Just right there. Like a ghost or something.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I mean, that's interesting. I wish
I
we could
hope
learn
we
more
get
about
a
that.
comment or, like, further notice on that. Like,
Yeah, one of
kinda
you
want
guys,
Cory Barker to
what
tell us.
one of you little guys in the comments, you comment and you tell us.
Yeah.
You tell us.
Hashtag at Curry Barker.
That's
Alright.
fine.
And, that pretty much concludes our questionnaire with
You know,
obsession. So, do we
before we
have any,
move
like, final
on,
questions with that from
we should. What did you think about the movie? Before we move on.
honestly, I really liked the movie. It was a super simple idea, and it was done really well, you
Mhm.
know? You know,
Really small budget too.
and yeah, it's, like, under 1,000,000, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I think seven hundred fifty
Yeah.
thousand.
Like, that's a pretty good budget, and I think that if it was done any other way, I don't think it would have been as good. I think it was done, like, just right, like, not
They did
too
it
much
great.
of, like, the gore and, like, it's not, like, too much of, like, overacting. I think it was just right with, like, the whole car scene. I think that was perfect. Like, it included jump scare, it included gore. Like,
That
what
did that
much
scare
more does a
you?
movie need?
It made
It
me. It made
it
me
kinda
jump. It made me jump.
it jumped. It made me jump. I got
It was
jump scared. I'm
bad.
like, I was expecting it, but I also wasn't at the same time, you know?
Someone was saying, it was gonna be bad, but I
I
guess
think
they're
it was
right.
the
Yeah,
perfect jump scare because it was so quiet and then boom, just and then
like it was pretty bad.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
it
But
exactly.
was pretty
anyway,
bad. Um, what was your favorite movie not movie, I meant scene. Sorry. What was your favorite scene in the movie?
I liked. I don't know. I feel like after Sarah died and he drives up to wherever he drives up and he opens up Sarah's letter or whatever, it kind of starts to sink in what happened. And he kind of realizes what he's done. It's starting to get to the end of the movie before he kills himself. I don't know. I feel like when he
Really?
realized,
That was your favorite part?
yeah, it
Okay,
was.
so more like deep and emotional part. Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite part was probably towards the end scene where she's, like, slow-mo walking backwards, and he's, like, super scared in, like, real time. He's not in slow-mo. Just because, like, that's the part that really scared me, you know? Like, I like that part.
Hmm.
Mhm. Where he's, like, freaking out, and she's like, because you don't know if, like, she's gonna hurt him or if she's not. Like, keeps you on your toes. I like that part.
Did we talk about what happened to or what we thought happened to Nikki?
We did not.
Um,
Actually, you
let's
just
talk
reminded
about
me of
that real
that.
quick.
Okay. So, this will be the conclusion question, right?
Hmm.
Alright, so what I think happened to Nikki, well, obviously gunshots fired, neighbors probably heard, cops most likely called. I
Hmm.
think they're probably gonna haul her out, okay? And, like, what is she gonna tell the cops? Like, "Oh, my I wasn't in control of my body, I don't know what happened, like, I do" like,
Just pause real
is she
quick.
gonna
Let's
say?
put ourselves in the cop shoes, okay? Kendall, we're driving,
Okay.
okay? We're driving.
Do you wanna be, like, good
We
cop or
pull up.
bad cop? Which one?
I'll be bad cop. All right,
Okay, I'll be good cop. Fuck you. 'Kay.
open up.
Hello? Anybody
What
home?
in tarnation is this? Oh my god.
Holy shit. Holy cannoli, oh my god. You there. You're coming with me. You're under arrest.
What you mean you weren't in control of your body? Look at all this.
Like, what are you talking about? You have the gun right there next to you.
Oh my goodness.
You're basically holding it. You're wearing this girl's hair and you're drawing on her tattoo. You're like wearing her. What do you mean you didn't do it? This dude
Oh
is
my.
next to you is foaming at the
Hey,
mouth.
we need backup. We need backup.
We need like
This is
like
crazy.
20 cars out here now.
Come on, Rapido, quick. Come
We
on, let's
need
go.
we need ambulances. All of them. All I don't care if they're for other people. We need all of them now.
Yeah.
On. Let's go.
This is bad. Yeah, you're coming down the station, you're getting life. That's just what I'm gonna
Lock him
tell you.
up.
You're getting
Lock him up.
life. Okay, and scene. So that's what I think the cops would be like. Now, how do you think Nikki would go about it when the cops walk in and be like, "Oh my god, like, oh my god, I didn't do this, guys. I promise, I swear on
Dude,
everything
imagine
holy."
being in her shoes. That'd be stressing.
Be
You know,
like,
because
"Oh
I didn't
shit,
do this.
me? That wasn't me. That I didn't do that. Me? That was
Not
her.
me.
That was her. Yeah, it looks like me. Yeah, it talks like me. It sounds like me. But that wasn't me.
That was not me. I would never do anything like that. Mm-mm.
You better have one hella good lawyer or attorney. Honestly, if I was her lawyer, I'd be like, "Fuck you, bitch. You're on your own." Mm-mm.
You know, I wonder if she like would have like a big trial,
Oh, she'd have a huge trial.
you know, because it was
Girl
a
claims other unhuman thing controls her body and mouth, speech, and
they
kills
can't
tons of
classify her as
people.
a serial killer, can they? I don't think they
No,
can.
serial killer is like over time killings,
Yeah,
but it's something else. It's called something else, but I don't remember. But it's like where
like
you kill a bunch of people at once.
mass murder,
Uh,
murder spree.
basically,
I don't know.
it sounds like serial killer. I think serial kill,
I have no
maybe.
idea,
Um,
but
drop a link or drop a comment in the comment section if you know what it's called. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And does this any final comments?
um, great movie, good
It
movie.
was a great movie. Okay.
Creep me out.
And now, guys, we are on to the back room. Dun dun
Next topic time.
dun. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So let's go ahead and start with topic number 1. Okay, question 1. Where do you think the backrooms comes from? Okay, I'll let you start with this one.
You know, I really have no idea. I mean, the company that is investigating the backrooms, they were an MRI machine company, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
And
And it's
we,
like going wrong.
yeah, and we all know that the MRI, machines, they scan your brain, all your memories and stuff. Um, and I guess this one created like imperfect memories. So
Yeah, cuz like
do you think that the corporation that discovered the backrooms, do you think they created it? Do you think that's
yeah, I do think they created it.
it makes sense. It makes
And
complete sense. Because the whole reason why they investigated the backrooms was for a housing crisis. It's infinite, or
yeah,
so they think. So they think.
honestly, in my personal opinion, I think it's infinite because you got to think
Probably is.
if it expands on every single person who goes into it, then it is infinite, you know? Like Kat, she has a room. Mary, she most definitely had a room after that little clip played where she was like something her mom was like psychoing out and she wasn't allowed to go outside. She most definitely has a room in there.
Mhm.
What was the boyfriend's name? I don't remember. But I
Bobby.
definitely think Bobby, he has a room in there. So expanding off that, Captain Clark, he was like an entity. He could like kind of speak, Um, but he, like, did his own thing, so do we think, like, he had his own place in there too?
Really don't. I don't know because I guess him
Like
and Clark are the same person. No, I
yeah,
guess
I guess so, but, like, is he actually, like, the same thing that, like, the fake wife was and, like, the people Clark was eating? Is he, like, the same thing, like, the whole, like, stuffing
no,
inside?
no. I mean, there's no
No.
way he could be because Clark said himself all the entities in there you could eat. Remember, because he like cut some of that guy out and he ate him.
Mhm.
You know, or I don't know if he did. I'm pretty sure
So,
he did.
why didn't he eat the entity? Was it 'cause they're
Because
friends?
I do you remember the scene where like the Captain Clark's on top of Mary, okay, and she smacks him inside the head, and he's bleeding.
And he
It's
feels
not it's
that.
not like that white stuff that you can eat. He's bleeding,
Yeah.
and that's not
So,
what the entities do.
that's where I'm confused. Cause like, what is Captain Clark if he's not the bacteria?
I have no idea. I mean, can the bacteria bleed? I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure they form from the mold in the back room.
Yeah.
So who knows what Captain Clark is? He could be anything. I mean,
Exactly.
there's so much about this movie that we don't know. I mean, it barely scraped the surface.
Like, would he be classified, like, as, like, a person then if he's bleeding and stuff? Like,
I have no idea. I mean, who knows what he could be?
I my question is, can the back room make people? Like, we know it can make stuff and, like,
Mhm.
fake people, but can it make real people? Because if it can, then my theory is that Captain Clark is just what a person is inside Clark's head. Like, it's a
I
memory
think
based off him because he's living in the store. You gotta think about that. It's like the MRI machine, it scans, okay? It's scanning the entire portal around it, okay? And he's living there, so it takes that and puts him in.
I think the back
So
rooms when they you know got into Clark's head or whatever and made Captain Clark. Clark had nothing but sadness, hatred, anger, and I think it saw that and it made Captain Clark. Because none of the entities are really aggressive, you know, not the bacteria, but the ones sitting at the dinner table that are kind of
mhm,
humanoid. And I think because all he had was hatred, he's just aggressive and angry, you know.
Yeah.
and, like, I get they can all move, but it's weird how they only move around Captain Clark, like, they know he's bad.
Yeah.
Bad person. And
Like,
the
no,
entity.
like, the first time, I don't think they had ever, like, seen Captain Clark. Maybe he, like, ate one of them, I don't know, but I don't think they would be scared of that or else they would be running away from Clark too,
Yeah, because
you
he's eating
know?
on them too. You know,
Yeah. But they only get scared at Captain Clark. So does he like have a vibe that he gives off or like an aura, you know?
I have no idea. And that's the good thing about this movie. It's so confusing. We barely scraped the surface. It's interesting.
Exactly. That's what it
It,
wanted us to do, like barely scrape the surface, just like Clark
Mhm.
had done in the movie. But yeah, so the Backrooms, it comes from the MRI machines, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yep,
Because it just memory off of memory off of memory. All right. So we done with that topic?
I think so. Colin, Jocelyn, you guys got anything to add?
Nope.
Anything?
I don't think so.
Nothing.
Okay.
All right. Guess let's
And
continue.
now the next question, we kind of discussed it a little bit already, but what exactly is Captain Clark? And
Like I said before, I really just think he's all of the bad things Clark is because
yeah,
he had
yeah, I just
nothing
think
good
it was
going
like,
for him. You
yeah,
know,
he had really nothing. Like,
all he had inside him was just negative emotions. And I think that's what Captain Clark is because he's the only violent entity that we really see that
hmm
the backrooms like created. off of like someone's memory.
Exactly. Like I said, the MRI is just scanning him inside the store, and all he is inside the store is just angry and like mean, and he's corrupt with sadness, and he's just sort of violent. Like he hits the TVs, and
Do you remember
he like
his
throws stuff.
do you remember his outburst at his therapist's office? I am a
Mhm.
freaking architect. I'm just stuck, selling crap furniture because,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that it really kind of shows how Clark really feels. And what I think that really represents Captain Clark,
it does.
what kind of entity he is.
Okay. Yes. And I think so too. And I'm gonna save these comments for like the end of it because I think it's a future question. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
should we move on to the next one?
Anything to add, Colin, Jocelyn?
Jocelyn, Colin?
Nope.
Okay. Next question is what do you think happens to Kat?
You know, when we when we see her last alive is when Clark can see her through the glass or whatever, and then we see Captain Clark walking around and gets Clark. We don't know who actually kills Kat. Did Clark kill her when he went absolutely
Because
bonkers?
he's
You
behind the
know,
glass and she's telling him to watch out because the entity is there.
because
So I wonder if they like tag teamed her or like
Clark he had her remains. He had her head in the fridge when we saw
mhm.
the dining table scene or whatever.
Here, my
So
theory is I think he was gonna try to like manipulate her to stay, and when she just like kept complaining, I want to go home and stuff, like that's when he had enough and just cut off her head because he still wanted her to stay with him, you know?
that kind of makes sense because he said that he likes the back rooms, and if she went back home and told all these people about it,
Yeah,
it would ruin the peace that he had in there, the happiness that
that's
he had in
why
there.
that's why he tried to get Mary to stay too and tricked her.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think he wanted to be left alone in there with what he had because he was happy. He was happy in there for the first time, in a while. He wasn't angry or sad. I mean, he was smiling and stuff. I mean, obviously he's nuts, but he was happy.
Exactly. So I think he just wanted Kat to stay. And so at the beginning where he grabbed Bobby and Kat to like record down there to prove to Mary, do you
hmm
think that this was like all part of his plan? Or like once Bobby died, he's just like, okay, I kind of want to stay in here because I'm kind of liking it. Or like, do you think he made up his mind when he saw the entity behind him and like saw it was Captain Clark?
Um, that's a good question. I don't think it was his plan originally, you know, but I think because we don't know what happens to him and Captain Clark, what goes on, because I mean, it's like a 3 month time skip, you know, because his teeth are decaying and stuff. But
hmm I think once he saw the entity, that's when he made up his mind like, "Oh my god, it's me. I'm gonna stay because this thing is not attacking me. I don't know why." Or like did it attack him? I don't know because he made good with it. So I don't think it attacked him, you know?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I would really want to know what happened in those months that Clark was in there that made him want to stay.
I
yeah,
think it's because he had all those fake people and his fake wife in there, and like I just think he was role playing like the entire time.
Role playing.
Is like, get off your fat butt. You don't do anything. And I am an architect. I was he like exploring or like was he making his home? You know?
You know, I
I
think at
think he was
first
doing a
it
little
was
bit of both.
curiosity, and then he just started to like it. for whatever reason
Yeah.
that might be, you
I
know?
think I think it's because Captain Clark made him feel sane because they were the same, you know?
Mhm, totally.
Except for when Captain Clark gave him that big old hug. Mm-mm,
Yeah,
not the same.
seen
But
that Dave's Hot Chicken video, like, where the guy's, like, munching on it, it's like, we don't have to
I
change.
didn't see that.
Yeah. I think I showed it to you, actually.
Yeah, think you did. It's pretty funny. All right. Any conclusions on that, Jocelyn, Colin?
No, I don't.
Nope.
All right, then we are going to move on to the next question. Okay, this one's a good one. Was Captain Clark formed before or after Clark went to the back rooms?
You
And
know,
go.
that that is a really good question, 'cause
Okay.
I don't even think we really know what Captain Clark is, like we talked
Honestly,
about before.
I really think that he was formed before he went into the back rooms. Because if you look at when Clark goes first into the back rooms, all of the chairs and furniture all meshed together are like in one pile. So like obviously it's not just gonna form boom right when he gets there. It has to be like looking and like forming it before he even found it, you know? So
Um,
that's just my thing.
I mean, it's a good question, and I don't think we'll ever be able to know unless Kane Pixels, tells us. Go on, Kane Pixels, tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Everybody at him now. Like right this second. Timestamp it and be like, answer their question right now. So our conclusion with that is TBA.
We'll
TBD.
never know. We'll
To
never
be
know.
determined, not to be affirmed. Oh, could be both. Okay. So, ooh, this one is a little risky question. Okay. Was Clark abusing his wife? So, I'm actually going to start this one. So, as we can see, in the therapy session with Mary, they're role playing, and you can start seeing that Clark gets aggressive with her, and he's thinking it's his wife, and he says that she's fat and lazy, and doesn't help him with anything, and just starts calling her names, and he's just getting really angry. And I'm pretty sure anger leads to another thing very quickly. It can escalate to violence, or it can escalate to like manipulation. There's a lot of different types of abuse. Verbal abuse is definitely a type of abuse. So that's one type. Um and honestly, I would not doubt that Clark hit his wife. So we're going to go ahead and put like physical abuse too. And
You
as you can
know,
see, either go ahead. Go ahead.
were you about to talk about the dinner table scene when
Yeah.
the Captain Clark walks in and then she
Yeah.
runs? Like she's scared.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like she's not scared of words. She's probably scared that he's gonna hit her.
Yeah.
You know, and
And
and that makes sense.
I was
If he did hit his wife, it would make sense.
you know, and we can see that like he obviously didn't eat his wife or like the little man in the chair at the lamp, but he most definitely ate that fat man. So like if he can eat those two so easily without like hunting for other like bacterias, why doesn't he eat his wife and the little chairman? Is it A for company? B because it's his wife and like his little friend? Or C because like he's lonely, you know?
That's a good question. I really don't know. You know,
But I did
um,
not like that he scalped her. So he obviously
yeah,
didn't
that
even care that much. That I didn't like that. Mm-mm.
not a nice scene.
He was not nice. But I like what you said with like the whole her running away from Captain Clark. So I wonder if that's like his angry side and Clark is just more of like a calmer side when he's in the backrooms because like that's his safe space, you know. So Captain Clark is like a resemblance of who he truly is, and she does not like that at all. You know.
Mhm. You
So
know,
I wouldn't cross off that he hit her. You know, I
more
think he
than
did.
likely, he probably did.
Like the whole
I'm not gonna say
divorce
he
thing, I
did,
think that
but he
really
probably
messed
did.
him up. All right. Any questions and comments on that? Concerns? Well, definitely concerns.
Nope.
Okay. Next question. What does the backrooms represent? You know?
Is that the
What does it
concluding question?
represent? No.
Okay.
No, we still got a few more, quite a few more.
Okay. Um, I think it is just a one huge MRI machine that's just scanning the whole world constantly, and it's forming all these things.
But if it was scanning like the whole world, it would have so many more like entities, you know? Because there's so
Well,
many bad
we've
people
barely
in the
seen
world.
it, you know? We've barely seen it.
But
I mean, for
okay,
it being infinite.
if it's like just like regional, like area wise,
Mhm.
I feel like if there's like an area, there has to be way more entities. So why didn't Clark
Definitely.
see all those entities? I feel like it's just like little portals popping up places with like a little area like distance thing. Or like you have to be in the zone where the portal is and it's gonna like scan you and it's gonna put you in there and see how you really are. I don't think it's just worldwide. It has to be like every little place,
Okay.
you know?
Yep.
All right. Anybody else? No? Okay.
Nope.
So, so let's see. Okay, this one's a good one. So, why do the investigators know basically nothing about the backrooms, but they're like the people who basically kind of made it? Why do they know nothing if they've been there the longest? They have a whole setup and everything, but they know barely anything.
Um, that's a great question. I'm really not too sure. I mean, maybe they really can't get too far into it, without seeing bacteria and all that and dying. I mean, because
Hmm.
we saw at the start of the movie that guy probably died from the
And then
bacteria.
Clark found the tapes, so they probably can't get back there. Um,
I mean, there's basically because when he was trying to get on the radio, I don't think there was any connection, was it, to
I
HQ or wherever?
think there was like a little bit, but he couldn't really get to it. And you know
And
what? You
then
know where
where
like
were his people at?
the seagull, you know where like the seagull died and then we saw it in Clark's part,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah,
Why didn't he find that little mission control spot or did he?
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
he
he
did.
did.
I don't think he did.
How did he not find that? That's my question. Oh, cuz
Um,
he heard that person, the little robot thing,
hmm.
the little traps. I don't know.
But yeah,
I feel like he
it's
found it when he like explored it more.
it's just too big. I mean, it's I think it's infinite. I mean, I feel like there's stuff being created, constantly,
Mhm.
and there's just too much to like fully like really explore the backrooms or get a good portion of it.
Yeah. Um but I don't really know why the the investigators, the researchers couldn't really find a whole lot. Like if they were finding all these people who know about the back rooms, like Clark and Mary, I'm wondering why couldn't they just use them for research instead of kill them? That's my
I have no
question.
idea.
Like sacrifice is a sacrifice. Come on now. So we have that question done.
Another thing is, I know this isn't on the list or whatever, but do you remember when they're bringing Mary in and they have the Captain Clark variant on the table? What do you think they were exactly looking for in him? You think they were just looking at his body, seeing what he was?
I think they were gonna test his blood under like a microscope to see if it was human and maybe not animal. Also, they could be looking at him like open to see if he had that same stuffing material and like bacteria stuff.
Mhm.
But could just be her research. Definitely so to get him out of there so they could explore the back rooms, you know?
Yes.
Because with him in there, you definitely can't. And I wonder what time the portal opened. Is it like because he had been saying that there had been electrical problems like beforehand too?
Hmm.
So, and we saw in the clip beforehand in the beginning, something was obviously after them. I'm wondering, was this Captain Clark and how long before that was the portal there?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
have no idea. You remember like the
Questions.
the gosh, the box, how all like the switches were really weirdly placed.
Mhm. And
You
there
know,
was
the
one weird one.
yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, how long was it like that? Because Clark, I
I
don't
don't
think he
know.
remembered it being like that.
Mm-mm.
So another to be determined. You know?
Yeah. TBD. All right. All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of went a little bit with the last one, but what do you think happened to Mary? Let you start this one.
Um. Well, I'm not sure. Because it shows her at the end as
Like all
a
like it's like
entity,
puppet and stuffing. Yeah.
but I don't think it means she died, right? Because Clark's wife is still alive. Remember, he was stalking her, and she's in the
Uh-huh.
back rooms. So I'm really not sure what it means. I mean, or if she's alive or what. Did they just release her back into the back rooms or what'd they do? I mean,
Like I don't think they should kill her. I think that she should just be on their team and like help them. But also she doesn't want to be in there. She wants to go back to being a therapist, you know? Like she might need therapy after it. Like cuz that's like a lot to process, you know?
mhm.
Like you're in this like different world and it's weird. So maybe killing her was a good idea if they did, but I have no idea.
I feel like they would have probably treated her as like some kind of guinea pig, to I guess
Yeah,
explore the the back rooms for them, I guess, set her
but you
back into
gotta
there.
think if she didn't want to do that and she like escaped, would they come after her? Like that would just be a bad idea, you know?
Now, what are the odds of her finding another exit? I
That'd
mean,
be
Clark
pretty
strangled
cool.
her
Like
and
they wouldn't know where she would go unless they put like a tracker in her.
yeah, you know, who knows where another, exit is. And one that's marked too, like because Clark marked his exits.
Yeah, but
I just think about
it is something to think about. All right, are we done with that one?
yes.
Okay. Was Clark insane before or after the back rooms? Because he was stalking his wife and
I
stuff,
think he
and
definitely
it's
had some kind of
crazy.
mental disorder before the backrooms, but I feel like it definitely worsened when he got in there.
You
Like,
know,
'cause
and
he
I
lost
agree with that.
marbles.
He was insane.
I mean,
Like,
crazy, cuckoo.
I get losing your marbles, like when your wife divorces you and then you have to resort to stalking her. That's crazy thinking, you know? But
What do you think he
you're
had?
eating people, you're eating stuffing. Deb?
Hmm.
Do you say Deb?
No, like what do you think Clark had like before? What kind of mental disorder?
Um, well, shoot, there is definitely a lot. Um, I have no idea. What do you think? I think he
I don't
definitely had
know.
like depression. That's
Oh, he was
definitely one.
he was miserable.
I
Um,
don't really think he was schizo, so we're gonna cross that one out.
you know,
Um, audience guys, do you what disorders do you think he had? Do you have any comments on
yeah,
this?
audience. Nope. Oh, I guess they don't have
Mm-mm.
anything.
All
Oh
right.
man.
Well, there's a whole lot of disorders out there, and he could have any. Like we can cross out some that like obviously don't make sense for him to
Yeah.
have, but I think he definitely has maybe more than one at the beginning, and definitely a lot more than one or two at the end. Well,
Hmm.
obviously he doesn't have any at the end because he is dead, as we
Yep.
can tell by him being dragged in half and eaten. So we're just gonna conclude to 0. All right. Let's see. If other portals, why not talked about by others? Like, are the people who had the MRIs finding them like they did Clark and stuff? Or why are they not being talked about? Like, did they get lost too?
Now that is a great question that I wish we had the answer to.
Like, most
Um,
of these questions are just like for
to be
the
determined.
guy to
We
answer.
don't know.
If you have any theories in the comments, definitely put them in because I would love to hear them. Like, absolutely.
We would love to hear them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We have 2 questions left. Do we think
All right.
anybody else found the checked portal after Clark went like no contact at all?
I mean, I feel like at some point no, because they'd have to walk in there and be like, "Where's this guy at?" He hasn't paid his
Be
rent in
like,
however
hey
long.
yo, this is like abandoned. What happened to him?
I mean,
So somebody had to find him. Maybe like
I guess one thing to notice is that dude had no missing persons posters like Bobby and
nobody
Kat.
gave a
Nobody is
gaff.
missing that guy. But I'm sure the landlord was like, "Where's this dude at? Why is he not paying
I
rent?"
want my money. Like that.
And then
So I'm gonna
I
go ahead
don't
and
know.
say like hopefully someone came looking for him. I feel bad if not. Okay, and the last question, the money winner prize. Could Clark build a furniture empire with all the furniture he found in the
No
back
doubt in my
rooms?
mind, dude would
He
have been a
found so
millionaire.
much. It's like infinite. Like you're finding all this unique furniture. Like all the avant-garde lovers will love this.
What if
Like
Clark had like a
absolutely.
monopoly on furniture? Like he bought out IKEA, he bought out what are some other rooms to go or something.
Like Ashley's. Does Ashley's have
I
home
mean,
good? Yeah. Home goods,
like he's
world
he's buying
market.
like out all these furniture. He's a billionaire, trillionaire.
Like he's really making it. New Powell's.
Hmm. See
Like
those were some nice chairs in there, stacked up. Good chairs. I would have bought one of them.
like, I know. I'm just like I need some new furniture up in here,
Hmm.
yo. So let's rate the movies. Okay.
Rate the movies. All right.
Overall, the Backrooms, I actually like really loved it. I really liked that it kept me guessing, and I still have questions about it. So I give it a 9.8 out of 10
That's
because
fair.
I really wish Clark found those videotapes and like brought them. I really
Hmm.
wish. I wanted to see what would happen. All right, what about you?
Similar for me. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I thought it was a
Really?
really solid movie, but I feel like it's really hard to perfect something. Really hard
It
to.
really
It's
is.
really a great movie though. Amazing.
It's awesome movie. And that was like one of the under $1 million budget ones, right?
I have no idea.
I think it
No idea.
was. And I was surprised because they had to like make all these walls and like these stuff. They had to make everything.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool.
Pretty darn cool.
So any comments or concerns about any of the either two movies?
None for me. Let me ask the audience. Hey, audience, do you have any questions? No. I guess not. Um. Well, that was the first episode to the Roe
of the Roe
Jogan
Jogan podcast.
podcast.
That was awesome. I
I am
think,
one of your commentators, Jackson.
and I'm your other commentator, Kendall. And we hope you enjoyed this episode of Roe Jogan.
You know, I'd really appreciate if you like this video to push it out even further. You know, maybe drop a comment. You know, even if you're
Yeah.
feeling, you know, nice and kind, you know, you could
Like,
subscribe.
who are you feeling like
You
tonight?
know, give us some recommendations on what to talk about. You know, because we want to
Yeah.
be active in the community here.
Yeah, we love it.
Hmm
So yeah, drop it down in the comment section. And you know what? If you really want to make our day and make us happy and be number one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Oh, 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 oh. Oh.
And thanks for
And
watching.
then, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. We out.
Adios.